Good afternoon. It's your girl WHITT out on location for a WHITT session. What's a WHITT session? I'm so glad you asked. A WHITT session is a pop-up conversation in a pop-up location with a surprise guest. My surprise guest today is none other than my colleague, my neighbor, my friend, Jeffrey Edwards of the Gary Community Partnership. He's president and executive director and CEO and founder and all of these great things. And we are standing here at Buffington Park on 6th Avenue and Delaware Streets because Jeff and his amazing team have an amazing activity, an event, second annual, that's coming up on July 30th. And I thought, what fun would it be to actually come to the scene where all the activity is going to take place so we can tell everybody where they need to be. So before we talk about July 30th, Jeff, can you give our viewers an overview of exactly what is Gary Community Partnerships?
Absolutely. So Gary Community Partnership, we're a 501c3. We were created in 2018, and the goal of our organization, or our mission, is to change the culture of the community through projects and programs which do, number one, reinvest in youth empowerment strategies. And secondarily, we invest in our environment. So all of the projects that we do, they have some connectivity to restoring our environment, and all of the projects that we do for the youth, it enables them to have an opportunity to do something different that they otherwise wouldn't get a chance to do. So we have a floral garden program, and in our floral garden, we grow, sell, harvest, and sell flowers. And we sell them to businesses. We have contracts with different businesses, and that helps sustain our organization. And if you guys have seen us around town, we're all over the place doing cleanup projects.
Yes, and you are. Namely on our block.
On our block.
I love the fact, because that's when I first got introduced to your endeavor, as I saw the flurry of activity on our block. And when you talked about selling the flowers to sustain the organization, I also feel like that's an introduction to entrepreneurship for our young people, to say how you create a product, how you sell a product, and then how you ultimately make a profit from your product. So talk a little bit about the youth programs that you have going on this summer. What are they doing this summer?
So every morning from 7 until 9:30, like I said, we're out in the garden, and we are doing something. We're de-weeding, or we're cutting the grass. Pretty soon we'll be harvesting flowers. So right now we're in the maintenance part of the season. Within the next month or so, we'll start harvesting, and then we'll be selling flowers to different organizations. We sell them to individuals. We sell them to, different community organizations. And so again, it gives youth the opportunity, number one, to understand how the business cycle works, because they're there from the very beginning. They help us sow the seeds, then they help us grow the flowers, and then they help us harvest the flowers, and then they help us wrap them up and create these bouquets.
So that's the entire process. And how ironic is it that we're talking about sowing a seed, and you are sowing a seed, in fact, in our community. So I have to shed a little secret about Jeff. Jeff is what we call a Gary implant.
I am.
We have officially welcomed him. He wasn't necessarily born here, but he certainly acts like it, has embraced our community, and is married to a bona fide Gary native. So that makes you official, as it were. Shout out to Miss D. And talk a little bit more about your team, because surely you don't do this by yourself.
Absolutely. So our team, we have 8 directors who are part of our board, and the board is really the energy that helps us put all of this together. And so kind of boots on the ground, myself and Ben Pinnock, we're all neighbors. So
hey, Ben.
So we're kind of the everyday boots on the ground, and then we have some neighbors who've come along from the community. Shout out to I call him D. His name is Daryl, but Daryl is a key component. Sidoni, she's another key component, and so we just have community members who've come along, and they are phenomenal. Really, we couldn't do it without them.
I love volunteers and people who genuinely, through their actions, show their support for our community, and, as I like to say, paint their corner of the world.
Absolutely.
So it's time to talk about your big event. If you have not heard about it, I don't know where you have been, but it is the Back to Health, Back to School, no, Back to Health school fair, right? Did I get it right? And there's also a 3K involved. And so it's all about health. It's all about getting ready to go back to school. And we're going to be doing it right here. Now, Jeff, I've been doing my homework, so let me see if I can get this right.
Okay.
We're going to start out here, 8 a.m. at 6th and Delaware, here in Buffington Park, and we're going to do our 3K. You can walk, you can jog, or you can just bust out in a full run. That's not what I'm going to be doing. I think I'll pick the jog one, but nonetheless, it kicks off the day with some energy and some other exercises that are going to be going on, right?
Absolutely. So we have yoga sessions that'll be going on. We have Zumba sessions that'll be going on. And we have hip hop aerobics sessions that will be going on.
Now that sounds like something up my alley. And when we finish all of the getting moving and getting our blood pumping, we'll head right over to another great gym right here in the city of Gary, the Art House, a social kitchen where there will be vendors. Talk more about what happens after our 3K and exercise.
Absolutely. So that's where we bring everyone. And again, we're going to be gathering at the Art House, and we'll be providing services both indoor and outdoor. The outdoor services are going to be a variety of vendors. We got everything from beauty wellness, because beauty and self-care is part of your wellness.
Yes.
And so we have that. We have financial wellness. We have financial organizations who are going to be here. We have various health organizations who are going to be inside providing health services.
Okay.
So we have Community Health Net. We have Merrim Health. I know I'm not going to get them all.
All right, you have to look at the flyer, which I'm going to post, and I pushed out a blast, and we'll be pushing out more information. But again, this is another one of those endeavors that you can't do alone, and that's why you have so many community partners. And one of your main helpers happens to be right here, and he's going to join us on camera. His name is Donovan Nash. I see he's rocking his Greek paraphernalia, so I don't know if he's if you are representing your fraternity today or just, he said always. Okay, I'm sure my big brothers who are Qs can appreciate that. Donovan, welcome to a CWIT session. Can you share with the viewing audience your involvement with Gary Community Partnership and what you expect to contribute to the upcoming event on July 30th?
Well, first of all, I'm excited for the event to occur just in general. I mean, it's going to be great for the community, a great health initiative, back to school initiative. So my involvement is to get everyone ready for the 3K walk, jog, or run. So we'll be doing some stretching around like 8 a.m. And then from there, we're going to be getting healthy.
So he's our drill sergeant is what I'm kind of hearing here. Anytime it's like, we got to get ready, it's like, hut. But that's a good thing because the back to school piece is a given. We know we're going back to school, but I feel like you've set a goal, Jeff, to help equip our young people to go back prepared. Absolutely. Everything from immunizations and vaccinations, and then the families can get information about mental wellness and things like that. How did you come up with this idea? Because this is, in fact, year 2.
It was, I really got put on my heart during the pandemic, when all of the reality of the disparities of people of color and the health inequity came out. All of these people dying all of a sudden, and it was like a shock to us because we consume, or we have the highest degree of things like diabetes, high blood pressure, but it's been there so long, it's like, it's just another day. But when this pandemic hit, it really showed what that underlying health condition means.
Absolutely. And
so we have to educate our community on how important it is to be healthy. Just walking around this park one time, if you did that every day, you could improve your health tremendously. Absolutely. We're going to be having some free beverage options. One of the gentlemen's, what is his name? Carl Weatherspoon. He has he has some phenomenal products that we're going to be giving away, giving people an opportunity to try, and they are good for your health. We're going to be doing juicing. So we're going to introduce people. If you don't juice, if you don't know about juicing, come to the health fair. We'll be giving away free samples. But if you juice beets, something as simple as beets, you don't have to eat it, just juice it, mix it with a vegetable. It's palatable, and it improves your health.
Sounds great to me. I also read on the flyer and the information that we've been putting out is that there are going to be raffles and prizes and
Absolutely.
other healthy snacks. And when you talked about the inequities, I want to make mention that also in attendance will be community advocates of Northern Indiana,
Absolutely.
formerly the Lake County Minority Health Coalition, and they specialize in shining a light on the different inequities when it comes to health in our community. So, Jeff, you are on the money with this. Now, speaking of money, we always know that donations are welcome. And I want to make sure I say the time. 8 a.m. out here in the park. How long does the fair
The
take
fair
place?
is going to be from 10 until 1.
10 till 1. So make sure you mark your calendars for Saturday, July 30th, right here at Buffington Park at 6th and Delaware. Then we'll head right over to the Art House, which is 411 East 5th Avenue. So, donations. There's always a happy, generous soul who tunes into one of my broadcasts and says, I can't make it. I live somewhere else. I support what you're doing. How do I support?
The easiest way would be just to go to our website, www.garycommunitypartnership.com, and there are several donation links. You can choose whatever program you want to donate to, and that would be the quickest and most simple way to just donate to this cause.
All right. Donovan, I have to ask you as we get ready to close out this interview,
Yes, ma'am.
there's always somebody on my live who's on the fence. They're like, what are they talking about? So I always challenge my guests to do that elevator speech, letting everybody know why they should get involved, not only on July 30th, but the overall mission that the Gary Community Partnership has brought forth. What would you say?
I would say Gary is on the rise. I've been working in the area for the past 9 years as an educator, and I say that the first step is always the hardest. But once you make that first step, the momentum is a game changer. And I think not only for a person to become healthy, but the city to become healthy, this health fair will be key. So come on out and let's move the city forward.
I love it. I don't even have anything to say. Picture me speechless. You have been tuned into a CWIT session, which is a pop-up conversation in a surprise location with a surprise guest. Today, my guests have been Jeffrey Edwards, founder, executive director, and president of Gary Community Partnerships, along with his colleague and Omega Sci-Fi's own Donovan Nash. And we are here just recapping what's to come. The Back to Health School Fair with the 3K on Saturday, July 30th, right here at Buffington Park and the Art House, a social kitchen. For more information, please be sure to follow Gary Community Partnerships Corporation on Facebook. And you can also get the information on my pages, CWIT and Chelsea Whittington. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.